Hey folks, welcome back. Sorry it's been a minute, been super busy, which I won't complain about. But let's finish this thing up. Let's do some automation and get the mix going where we want it. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to catch you up on a few edits I made here. Basically one edit. At the end of Electric Guitar 2, there was a section here that, if I drag this back where it was, you will see that this guitar doesn't end at the same time everyone else does. He's a little bit late, and that's cool. No worries. I'm just gonna move that over and drag that file over to about here. We'll zoom in and see if we can get a little closer and see how that sounds. Cool. Sounds more in time. Now let's go to the mixer page and create a new group here. I'm going to create a group using the drum sub and the a couple of the parallel processing drum parts here. The way I'm going to do that is click on one of these. I'm going to make sure that these are going to the mix bus. I want the kick, snare, and the smash, and the bite, and the drum sub together. And so I'm going to hit Command G. We're going to call it Drum Auto, or drum automation. And that means when I move one of these faders, they all move. And that's because I like the balance of all of the processing together. I could just send this all to another bus and automate that one bus, but you know, either way, it's fine. If I did that, I would make sure that I did not have any sort of summing on that bus because we've got plenty here. So let's go from the beginning. I'm gonna head over here to the intro. I'm just going to ride this fader of the drum sub, which is going to also move these during the course of the song. So what I want to do is click on here, and I want to put this in touch mode. That's going to allow me to move something and then let go of it, and it will spring back to where it was originally, if that makes sense. Latch mode is kind of the opposite of that. If you move something, put that back. If I move a fader, it will stay where I put it. And then I can put it back down, or I can move it anywhere I want to. Touch is it's sort of like a rubber band attached to the initial level. So when you let go of a fader, it will jump back to where it was. Kind of cool. Here we go. Okay, here we are with the level automation rides on the drums. And you can kind of see not much changing going on. I mean, really just like a half dB here and there. A little bit of riding on this last little drum bridge kind of section here. Just because it felt like it needed to, you know, like when you're in a room with a drummer and they're leaning into playing and leaning back out, you know, like a wave. And so that's what's going on here. And I pulled down a little bit on that last hit. Let's put this back into read. Okay, the next thing I'm going to tackle is the vocals. Let's head down here to the lead vocal sub. I believe that we have some lead vocals going. Yep, everything's going to the sub. So I can just sort of automate that sub right there and take care of everything that is going on. Except for the bridge. We'll get to that in a minute. The bridge is going to a bridge vocal sub, and we'll get there when that happens. Let's go ahead and start at the beginning. We head over here. I'm going to pull this out. Oh, before I do that, one thing I want to talk about before I do that. On the drum sub, I have added an effect here, this Devil-Loc. And if you know anything about the Devil-Loc, it is an audio level destroyer, and that is perfectly succinct in what this thing does. I'm putting the crush and the crunch up a little bit between 3 and 2. I usually use the fast release. I'm using it as a darkness kind of thing. So you can see this mix here. It's between 0 and 1. And this comes on and off during the song. If I come over here to, let's say I open this up, I will come to the automation lane for that. You can see the bypass is really what's going on. It's off when this green thing is up. So at the beginning of the song, we're getting just a little bit of that color, but as soon as this turns on, like the green line comes up, you'll see this bypass light come on. So it cleans up a hair right there when the verse comes in, and it comes back on at the choruses. Pretty simple. It's just a little tiny little change, little things that add up to something in the end. Let's head down here to the vocals. I'm going to ride the vocal volume from the beginning. Here we go. Okay, great. Let's do the bridge vocals. I'm going to use the bridge vocal sub on that one as well. Right now I just have a volume that's set at 0 dB. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this on touch and kind of follow along with what I think is supposed to be happening here. Whoops. Let me unmute that so we can hear it. Okay, off the bat, I know that's too loud. So let's pull that down. Let's try that again. Okay, cool. Let's do the background vocals. These I'm just going to do on each single track because if you remember, they are not going to a bus. They are not going to a sub. They are going to the BGV one. They're going to the mix bus on their own. So we can easily just do the vocal rides on these tracks. Okay, now this section here, I think would benefit from a little more reverb here at the end, but I'm also going to add a little bit here at the beginning, I think, too. Okay, also I'm going to add an EQ on this last section. We're going to automate some of this because I don't need it at the beginning of the song, but right here it's a little bit too masked for my taste. So let me do this first. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this equalizer turned on at the beginning sections of here, but about the time that the other parts die off, I'm going to release that EQ so that it has the full sound. Again, it's not bunching up against everything else. So what we're going to start with is off, because up until there, I don't need that EQ. So let's put it on latch. Okay, cool. So now I have the bypass. You can see that it is off all through the beginning of the song. Comes on right here and kicks back off to let them sing the end of it. That's all I'm doing right there. Okay, so I think those are done. And the only thing else I think should be automated is some of the guitars. So I'm going to do those. And then in the next video, we're going to talk about the print and the mix, and we're going to do it on tape, the real machine, and the ATR 102 plugin, and, you know, compare them that way. I also want to try in the next video to compare the Neve summing with some API, maybe on the drums and stuff. We'll see. I actually don't own the API, but we'll turn on the demo thing and try it out, right? So hope everybody's doing well. Sorry for the lack of videos there for a bit. Super busy. And more videos are coming very soon.